I'm Barry Funkhauser, and this is the Barry Funkhauser Show. Here's what's going on. Well, there are new grants for public art happening in Santa Barbara. Ticketmaster is on trial. We'll talk about it. And the Hard Rock's Guitar Tower on the Mirage volcano site in Vegas gets the okay. As always, I'm here with my co-host and general know-it-all current events guy, Joe. And Joe, sorry if I sound a little different. I'm using modern technology today, whereas I don't have like the garbage truck in front of me of knobs or the spaceship in front of me of knobs that I would typically be tweaking. I'm just talking into a microphone with a light in it that kind of makes me feel like I'm in a discotheque. How are you this morning?
Interesting. Very digital of you.
Do I sound digital of me? We'll let the listeners decide.
That's fine. I can tell. You don't sound as warm. That's probably what it is.
It is rather cold in here, so could be why. Hey, so I saw that you went to Tomato Mania, man. You had a chance to get on down to the show. How did you fare?
That was fun. That was after our little Target run that we did. That was also way too expensive. It was fun. There were just like, you were talking about how many varieties of tomatoes that we have no idea about. Holy Moses. Man, you were right. It was like hundreds. There maybe like 100.
Yeah,
varieties.
it feels like 100.
Crazy.
And my favorite part about Tomato Mania is you don't have to be a tomato expert. They have these signs in front of each variety. And it's got like a paragraph of text on it that tells you how to take care of it, how long it takes till you get a tomato, and where it comes from.
That they have to read, man. People don't like to read stuff.
I found myself spending way too much time reading them, and by the time
Linda was doing the same thing.
By the time he was gonna pick one, I was like, well, man, that one is 60 days and it's good, but that one over there, like I had too much information, so it was really stressful to pick one.
Yeah. You know, ours was, we got a 4-incher, and I shouldn't be saying it like that. That's just, man, my brain is just really going to very wrong places today with the 4-incher. So we got a small plant, and
that's better.
I think it's like 60 days. So we should see something 60 to
you
75
got some,
days probably.
Some grape tomatoes, some cherry tomatoes.
I think it's a cherry tomato variety, but it's like an orangish hue, and it's a little bit sweeter. So Linda was like pretty excited about that. Yeah, I was more excited because, you know, I'm not like the biggest tomato guy. I like salsa, I like my ketchup, but I don't like just tomatoes. But Tomato Mania had more than just tomatoes, Barry. You didn't tell me this. They had peppers, they had squashes, they had all kinds of different things that you could grow. So I got myself a little pepper because I love me some pepper. So I got some peppers.
What kind of peppers did you get? Because there's so many varieties, and when you're messing with heirloom, I mean, you may not like tomatoes, but if you've ever had an heirloom tomato,
a
heirloom, they're so good, man. They're like eating steak sometimes.
Well, yeah, it's tomatoes are weird for me because it's a texture thing, like it's a mouthfeel. Yeah, mouthfeel. It's a very strange concept. Anyway, no straight tomatoes for me. But I, like I said, tomato products is fine. I will take some of these tomatoes. I will probably make a little salsa with them. It's going to be fantastic.
Good luck.
With the pepper that I got, it's a little green pepper that is has a little bit of heat, a little bit of sweet. It's going to be really good in like omelets and things, I think. I'm really excited. What I'm not excited about is the fact that the Mirage volcano is leaving, because it's one of my favorite things to go see in Las Vegas.
I know, man. And we'll get into that today with the news, man. It's a bummer. Let's get into it today. Well, Up in Santa Barbara, there are new grants for public art, which is very exciting. Listen.
The Santa Barbara County Office of Arts and Culture is calling it the Central Coast Creative Corps program.
Are hoping to uplift artists and culture bearers at key career stages.
Funded by the California Arts Council, the program is open to 501c3 nonprofits, tribal governments, and government agencies across the Central Coast.
I am blown away, and it is such a long time coming. It truly is. This grant is a game changer. And what it does is that it brings nonprofits, it brings businesses, it brings organizations together to spread a common language to those communities that have been marginalized.
The pilot program offers 23 awards of $140,000 for a variety of organizations.
Essentially heroes in their local communities. And we're looking for artists of all disciplines. So culture bearers, landscape, culinary, music, acting.
The goal of the program is to hire local artists to develop art-driven campaigns.
It's about emergency preparedness. It's about civic engagement. It's about climate impact. It's about so many wonderful things.
The program invites everyone to create new approaches for understanding and caring for ourselves, each other, and the environment.
My hope is that we really recognize the really talented people who just need that kind of additional support.
Applications are due by May 1st. Live in Santa Barbara, I'm News Channel reporter Patricia Martellotti.
So that's pretty good to see. Grants, free money getting down to artists.
I like grants. I like a lot of grants. I like Ulysses S. Grant. I like Cary Grant. Hugh Grant's a good one. One of my favorites, Amy Grant. She's a really nice person. We don't get along with the religion thing, but Amy Grant's really cool. My favorite Grant might be Grant Gustin. He was the Flash on the CW. So
I'll tell you my new favorite grant, because I'm learning how to write a grant. My new favorite grant is the grant that you could submit as an individual, because you can have any wild idea in the world and you can write up a grant for it and submit it, and you maybe get your dream come true. You don't have to be a 501c3 or a nonprofit, or your uncle didn't have to own like a farming company or something. You can just up and at 'em as an individual, pop in there, write yourself a go rant, and you too can be an artist in Santa Barbara.
Can we get free money? Just writing grants? Can we use Bard or ChatGPT and just write grants and then get free money?
Hey, don't say that, man. Don't say that publicly.
Can we do that for
somebody's gonna Elon Musk it and make like $1 billion doing it, Because yes, the answer is yes.
No, none of our listeners are gonna do this. All our listeners are just like us. They're way too lazy. So Can we? That's why I'm saying, I don't want to write a grant, but can we get ChatGPT to do it, or Bard? Because I know you like Bard for some reason.
I love Bard, man, and I tried that. Write me a grant, and you know how long it took?
2 seconds.
About 1.82 seconds. Yes.
Cool. Mm-hmm. Okay. Let's. You know what? Let's look into that this week.
We are looking into it with fierceness, my friend. We are in there.
Can you, Chase, and I get on a little collie call?
Hey, man. Sidebar? Absolutely. Yes, we can.
Yeah, okay.
That's without a doubt.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Okay. I want free money. I like free money.
Our new best friend, his name is Bard.
Our new best friend's named Bard. Okay, cool.
Yeah. All right, more news today. The ticket sales giant Ticketmaster is facing a new class action lawsuit from Taylor Swift fans who accuse the company of fraud and price fixing.
Taylor Swift fans have a big problem with Ticketmaster, a group filing a lawsuit in court today claiming a conspiracy to jack up prices for Swift's Eras tour.
We are not going to just settle. We want to see some change happen. We want to see a difference being made.
Ticketmaster's parent company, Live Nation, saying earlier this year,
"We apologize to Ms. Swift. We need to do better, and we will do better."
But that's not all.
I know when that hotline bling,
Drake fans filing a separate lawsuit against Ticketmaster in Canada for alleged price fixing there, claiming the company knew the Canadian artist would perform 2 concerts in Montreal, but kept that quiet to boost demand. Experts say the underlying problem, Ticketmaster's monopoly on the market, controlling 70% of the industry.
The monopoly issues have been going on for years and years and years and years. Pearl Jam took them before Congress.
That was in 1994. Pearl Jam members on Capitol Hill after finding out Ticketmaster added a service charge to its tickets.
Many Pearl Jam fans are teenagers who do not have the money to pay $30 or more that is often charged for tickets today.
Pearl Jam complained, tried to get promoters to cap ticket prices at other venues with no luck.
There's no one who even comes close to Ticketmaster's strength, its reach, its muscle, its ability to sell the volume of tickets that it has to.
Ticketmaster in the past has blamed high demand, billions of ticket requests for crashing its website. Also, a possible cyber attack and increased bot traffic for its problems, denying any deception or questionable ticket practices.
All right, this is not a news story here on the show, but Joe, $30. The kids these days don't have the $30 to pay for the. Do you know how expensive a ticket is now? You're lucky to get out of there with a clean $100 per.
$100, $300, $400, $500 for a ticket.
Yeah.
Break the monopoly. No, I am all for this. I hope they go down hard.
See, I'm mixed on it.
They deserve it after all this 50 years of bullshit we've had to deal with.
Because look, dude, the whole ticket. When there's a band playing 2 dates, and then the venue doesn't tell you about the second date to try to sell out the first date. I don't know if I'm against it. Like, I understand that they're trying to max it out, right? But you can't do that if you're a monopoly, because then you're just jerking the system. But I think if you're like
you shouldn't do that even if you aren't a monopoly. If someone's gonna play 2 shows, a Friday and a Saturday, let people choose. Don't be assholes about it. Just let people choose. Like,
okay, what if it's okay? So let me ask you, what if it's like a show and then like a month later a show? Then is it okay to not talk about the second show?
No, I don't agree with any of this. Like, I mean, sure, you can. I mean, I'm in marketing. I'm in sales. Like, I know this. I know that you have to. I'm trying to.
Like, I'm sorry to interrupt you, but it's like this. Okay, it's the very equivalent to the going out of business sale banner that you see like at a rug store in a downtown city. You'll drive by. You've never been there before, and you're like, "Oh wow, look, that store's going out of business. I'll pop in there and look around." And prices are super high, and like there's nothing in there you'd want. And it's like, all right, well, I did that. And then like a month later, you drive by the place, and the sign's still up. And then like 4 months later, you drive by, and there's that sign. It's deceptive, but it does work. So that's what.
But deceptive advertising is illegal. There are rules and laws against that.
Well, then how come these stores aren't ever out of business and their signs are always saying out of business all the time?
Because it's a rug store. Who the heck cares? It's rugs. How many times do you buy a rug in your life?
not enough to...
not enough to care. No one cares about that. But this is like... You know how fandom works. Fandom
so
is
it's
crazy.
Okay if the spotlight isn't on it, nobody cares. Then they can get away with it. Is that what you're saying?
That's how all laws work. That's literally how every law in the world works. No one's going to care until it causes someone issues. You know, that's just how life works.
That's right.
You know, so I get having to hold back.
There's no fixing this, man.
But the only way to fix it is to break this monopoly.
And they're not going to do that.
So Ticketmaster Live Nation have what, 90% of the North American concert venues?
Yeah, probably. I mean, I lost track after they went over 50%.
That was like 20 years ago.
Yeah, it was wrong then.
Yes, it was wrong then.
You know?
But did you read about how The Cure
Yeah, and that was cool. How
thing.
Robert Smith went on Twitter and made a big stink, and they listened to him, and then everybody wrote blogs about it. This is how you can make change. It's like, no, there's like 5 people in this world that can actually do that, you know? And when you're talking about The Cure's going to sell out everything they touch. So
sure,
they're not going to piss off Ticketmaster. You know, Ticketmaster's going to do whatever they want.
Well, but that's the thing that needs to happen. It's the big artist, the people with the voice are the ones that need to make the change. Sometimes those people don't want to make the change because the current system works for them. That's kind of like
they're never going to make
America,
a big,
you know,
they're never going to make a big change though. They're only going to bow to the these artists that make a stink. I don't think they'll ever make a permanent change. It's case by case, man. Like,
you think it's going to be case by case? I don't know if it is. I think that
because a band has a band has a certain level of respect to a point where Ticketmaster can say, well, that it is what it is to a certain level of a band. So it's really discouraging if like some mid-level like band goes out there against them, and Ticketmaster's like, well, there's nothing we could do. You don't make enough sales.
That's what I'm saying, though. But if you get like Taylor Swift and Drake, and you get a bunch of big rock bands, and you get all the big artists to say, no, we've had enough. We want our actual fans to be in here. You got Ticketmaster. You need to figure out how to reduce your fees, how to make this work so it is monetarily feasible for our fans to enjoy our concerts. And you got to get rid of this bullshit secondary market that you guys don't regulate. Because that's the other thing. If it would be easier if they would actually just assign tickets to people. You know, like if I bought a ticket, that ticket is mine. It is mine. It has my name on it. I have to show an ID when I get to the venue to match the ticket. You got to get rid of.
There could be collector's value in that too. That's mine. You know, this is my golden ticket that I saw my favorite band in.
The NFT thing. You know,
absolutely.
It's
like a baseball card.
But you got to get rid of the scalpers, because the way that they have gotten so savvy and technologically proficient that they just create bots, and the bots buy all the tickets up, and then they sell them on the secondary market for like twice. You know, it's not a sustainable way to get fans in
cash
seats.
Money.
And you know artists want actual fans in the seats.
Cash money for the 99 and the 2000. They're just looking at the dollars, man.
No,
the scalpers are.
The scalpers are, sure. But, you know, you know what Billy Joel does for every one of his shows?
Oh, no, yeah, I do. And a bunch of them do, and they say they lose billions of dollars a year because they do that.
Billions. They don't lose billions. They lose like $1 million. But these are like people who are worth $100 million. What do they care? You know, it's like, so what they do is they buy out the first 2 or 3 rows of every single show, and then they go and they give them to the people in like the top deck.
The fans, you know the real fans.
You know why? Because they want the real fans in front, because every single artist I have ever spoken to hates it. Absolutely hates it. When they play a show and then the first 10, 20 rows, it's just all a bunch of rich people who could care.
They're all on their
less.
phones.
They're all on their phones. They're just there to be seen. They don't care about the show. They're not actually fans. Like I said, they're just there to be seen and get their picture in People magazine.
Yeah.
Artists hate that shit. They hate looking down at the front row and everyone's just on their phone looking, not even paying attention. No one's singing. So yeah, the big artists will like pack the front with that. That's why a lot of these artists also like playing in venues like the Santa Barbara Bowl that has the pit in the front, because the pit in the front's general admission. And general admission is always going to be the fans, because the rich people don't want to stand all show. So, you know, it's so dumb. Anyway, yeah, but that's hopefully someone could figure out how to break up the Ticketmaster thing.
Speaking of
you know, some of the technology is great. You know, like it's easy to buy tickets, it's easy to resell, you know, but we gotta you got to take out the scalper issue, and we got to make the tickets way more reasonably priced.
Well, there's only a couple artists that can do that, and you brought up Billy Joel, and he probably could. Do you remember the best thing that Billy Joel did? It's like right when viral videos started going out, somebody found a clip of him playing in Moscow in 1987 during the Cold War. You know, everything was breaking apart then.
That was like right before the wall collapsed? No, that was like right after the wall collapsed.
Well, yeah, I was 6, so I wasn't paying attention to the news at that point. But back then, if it was a national broadcast he was on, and if the camera, or if the
no, this is before the wall came down in '89.
If the audience was lit up, then they would like run away because no one wants to be seen at this thing because they're getting in trouble, you know. So anytime they light the audience, it's messing Billy up. So he goes on stage, and this is it. Here, listen.
I'm gonna take control, get a hold of my emotion. Stop lighting the audience. Why does it always seem to hit me in the middle of the night? Stop it. Told me there's a number I can always dial. Let me do my show, for Christ's sake. Just a fantasy. Oh, it's not real thing. Sometimes a fantasy. It's all you need.
That's crazy. Wow, what a crazy story. I didn't even know that.
Yeah, dude. It's amazing. Yeah, that was a good time capsule of time. But if you haven't seen it, it's a good minute. All right, more news today. And this is a story, Joe, that we've been sort of loosely following. I'm sad. Massive 542-foot guitar. It's actually 2 back-to-back guitars. There'll be much more than a sign in front of the Hard Rock Hotel on the Strip, which used to be the Volcano there. It'll be a hotel tower with 600 rooms and a 48,234 square foot casino.
Well, the Hard Rock Hotel guitar is going to be going up on the Las Vegas Strip. County commissioners are approving the 660-foot project just this morning. Now, the guitar, though, will replace the famous Mirage volcano. The hotel will have more than 3,600 rooms and nearly 175,000 square feet of casino space.
Yeah, it's pretty sad. I mean, I just came back from Vegas, and it's so boarded up. You can't even see the volcano now. And everything around it has been remodeled. Like up off in the distance, you can see Resorts World, which kind of catches your eye. And so I think they're putting up that guitar to block Resorts World, so you don't go like, "Wow, that place is way cooler."
No, it's we shouldn't be sad about things leaving. If things get changed in Vegas all the time.
Oh no, you should be sad about
years,
this.
It's like a refresh. Now, I mean, should I though? Like, how long has this volcano been around? Since the 80s?
No, I'm gonna say you should be sad about this because have you seen the artist rendition of this guitar that they're putting on the strip?
No, I haven't. Is it bad?
Oh my gosh, man.
Oh, okay, let's look. Okay, oh, here we go. You're gonna get instant reaction from me here, people.
Hold on,
here we
I'm
go.
getting it. I saw it this morning, and
Barry, why don't you just use Bard to figure out what?
I was really dissatisfied with the way it was going to look.
Wait, is this it?
I'm trying to find the angle that I saw today, but yeah, this is it, man. This is this is how it looks on the strip. It's just a ginormous. It's bigger than the hotel.
Okay, so
bigger than Caesars.
I'm not typically a fan of hotels shaped like things, I guess. This one, I don't know. I like the lights coming out of the top, so it looks like the guitar neck. So that's kind of cool.
Oh God,
but
here we go.
Overall, I don't really like.
And just look at how big that stupid thing is.
Yeah.
You know, look at the just the scale. The scale bothers me, man. I wish I could find a picture of it during the day. It's just it's just, why do they have to make everything so big right now? I mean, if you look at that stadium there that they have for the who plays it? The Raiders. Man, that thing looks like a spaceship landed and like took out.
I think that is the architectural.
What are we, Dubai now? Is that what's happening?
Oh man, don't even talk about it. Like Dubai is just crazy. I never want to go there. But Dubai does have a really cool. Look at the Sail Hotel from Dubai.
I don't even want to, man. I know they're great.
Look at it. Just look at it. It's not that bad.
Because they got all the billions of dollars. It looks great. It looks like a sailboat on an island.
It does. It does.
Sure.
It looks like it totally looks like a sailboat.
I'm not knocking the Ark.
Look bad.
I love the Ark. I'm an Ark kid. I'm an architecture person. I love it. But I'm knocking the scale, man.
You just think that it is a little.
Like, look at how big that is if you're just. Look at the scale of how dumb this looks. You're right. It's big.
Taller than Caesars.
It is
goodness.
Gigantic. And maybe it's an optical illusion because you're right. The lights kind of beam up. What are they talking?
I think that this suite over here at the top of the Stratocaster Arc is higher than Caesar's.
It's higher than Palazzo, and that thing's giant.
Is it? Okay. Anyway,
I don't usually freak out about stuff, but this thing is, is crazy. It's just crazy, man. It's just crazy. And they just approved it.
It definitely looks very different than anything else on the Strip. And if they do have purple lights at night, I'm gonna like it. I'm sorry.
I know we're all gonna like it, Joe. We're gonna like it, but. Man, look at the scale, man. People could be jumping off that in parachutes.
But everything in Vegas has scale like that. Vegas
not like this.
Yeah, it does. Like when you're driving into Vegas, you're like 20 miles away and you're like, oh man, we're almost there. And then it's like another half hour to get there. You think you're like 2 minutes away from everything when you're on the Strip. It's like
that Ferris wheel thing, that loop-de-loop, the loop that goes in the air, the high roller. That goes up to about halfway of this guitar. And that thing's gigantic.
Yeah. Well,
I'm just saying, man.
I guess we're over Vegas, man. Is that it?
I can't wait to go myself. I can't wait till it's built. What were you saying about that volcano? That measly little volcano?
Now the next thing, like I said, everything in Vegas changes. The next thing that's going to go is probably like, oh, maybe it's already gone. Did they already take the pirate ship away from Treasure Island?
It is like it's got a sign that says closed on it. Yeah, it's still there, but there's no pirates, man. They're off to
pirates there. Oh, that's
somewhere else. Bad. Yeah. All right. Well, that's it for today. We'll be back tomorrow. This is the Barry Funkhauser Show.